The other thing that agencies do is they like to go, well, we don't want to be formal. You know, we're a cool outfit. We want you to be comfy. So you go into a room which is full of nice big overstuffed sofas and so on and so forth, so people can relax, and that's fine. Now, how often have you been at a party or around somebody's house at Christmas or what have you, and there's a 3-seater sofa there, and there's somebody sat at either end of the sofa, and there's one seat, and that's for you, and you've got to sit in the middle. It's just not a nice thing to have to do. It's just not, you know, if you're leaning up one way or leaning up the other, you're perched in it's not being in the doctor's waiting room. Also, when you're sat in the middle with your cup of tea and your notepad and your pen, and you need to make notes, and you're sitting down and kicking the tea over, and you're having to write on your lap, and it really distracts clients, and they hate it. And agencies have got this absolute predilection for we've got to chill people out and make them feel really comfortable. Clients hate it, because what they want is something hard to write on. They're in there for a business meeting, not a chill out session. So really important, I think. Interestingly, there are, and I won't say who there are 2 or 3 agencies who actually do this, but they do it really well, because they have like little single armchairs, a little table, and so you can put your tea there, and that actually is quite nice, because it's quite informal, but you can operate. Whereas if you're sat in the middle of a 3-seater sofa trying to do stuff, it's a nightmare. And the other thing a lot of agencies will do is that, and this is often in pitches or workshops, they'll have everybody in a room like this and go, just as you've settled and you've just pulled that extra cup of coffee or what have you, say, right, now, I want you to come with me, what we're going to do, and they go into another room, usually one stuffed full of sofas, and they think they're changing the pace of stuff, but it's disruptive. Now, if you've got a situation where on a creative pitch you've got a war room with a load of ideas around the wall, you don't reveal that in the first meeting, that's sort of different, because you're probably walking and you're standing up and you're having a working session and so on and so forth. But don't move around, don't move people around for the sake of moving them around. I remember we did a pitch with a big insurance client actually, where we arrived in the room, they spent literally 10 minutes, we'd all sat down, all poured our teas, and they got us to get up and go into another room on the other side of their reception, which was like a sort of mirror of the room, for no reason whatsoever. Just thought it would be good to, you know, keep us moving about. But there's no reason why I had to go into that room, and well, the agency blew up in the pitch anyway, actually. But don't try and be gimmicky. Clients haven't got time these days, actually. And also trying to do stunty things. Also, you've got to be, if you're going to try and do something to make you stand out, you've got to be really careful that you're doing it well. We've seen some absolute classics. We were doing a pitch for a high-tech company, and it was all about mobility. And we walked into their reception, and it was chucking it down with rain. Everybody got their Macs and God knows what. Nowhere to hang them. They need to get a coat hanger in here. Nowhere to hang. No, the reception didn't come, so everybody sort of got wet coats and they don't quite know what to do with them and so on. And suddenly this girl in a leotard came out of the boardroom and started doing sort of gambles and turnover. And this was 2:30 in Richmond on a wet Wednesday afternoon, and everybody just nobody knew what to do with themselves. It was really, really embarrassing. And it was so apparent that it hadn't worked well. Anyway, we then went to board and had the pitch. And at the end of the pitch, as we were all trying to get out of this place as quickly as we could do, this girl re-arrived and did the same thing down the centre of the table. Absolute shocker. And we also had another pitch where it had got down to 2 agencies, and we had an hour's final meeting with one agency, followed by an hour's final meeting with the other agency to actually make the final conclusion. And we walked into the reception of the first agency, and it was just me and the client actually, and there was just nowhere to sit. The whole reception, which got a reasonable amount of seating in it actually, was just full of quite young people and all chatting and so on and so forth. And then the new business director came into reception, and he's going, okay, and I couldn't understand what was going on. Then I realised that all of these people sitting in the chairs that we'd had a long day that we'd have liked to have sat in, had all got T-shirts on with the client's logo. Client didn't even notice this at all. So, you know, gimmicky things, just be careful if you do them.